tab P. Public hearing is open on tab E. On tab P. Public hearing closed. No questions. Anyone wish to record a no?
Tab P passes 4-0. Tab Q. Proposed resolution of the Vice Mayor's Acting Mayor and City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, approving a final.
At the request of whoever represent, that's the one we're gonna remove, right?
No.
He was not ready, no? Okay.
The next one.
Oh, the next one, okay.
Wait,
Sorry, read it
you're
again.
removing tab
Tab
R?
Q. No,
No, it's
Go
tab
ahead,
A,
just go
okay.
ahead.
Proposed resolution, before I was interrupted, Mayor.
yes.
I'm joking. Proposed resolution of the Vice Mayor's Acting Mayor and the City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, approving a final plat for certain properties within the City of North Miami situated on the northeast quadrant of the intersection of Northeast 151st Street and Northeast 20th Avenue in accordance with Article 3, Division 8, Section 3-0802 of the City of North Miami Code of Ordinances and Land Development Regulations, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
And tab Q,
Move approval for Q.
seconded. And public hearing is open on tab Q. Public hearing is open on tab Q. Public hearing is now closed. Anyone wish to record a no?
Tab Q passes 4-0. Okay, now tab R. Proposed resolution of the Vice Mayor as Acting Mayor and the City Council of the City of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the City Manager and City Attorney to negotiate and execute an agreement between the City of North Miami and the Little Haiti Housing Association, Inc., doing business as DBA, Haitian American Community Development Corporation, for the acquisition, demolition, and development of 4 new townhouses at a cost of $61,197 from Home Investment Partnership Program funds to help finance affordable housing in accordance with the 2012-2013 and 2013-2014 fiscal year action plan, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Move approval, but I do have one question on follow-up.
Second, public hearing is now open on tab R. Public hearing is open on tab R. Public hearing is now closed. And your question?
Thank you, Mr.
Councilman
Mayor.
Scott Galvin?
There are several sort of townhouse duplex buildings right in this area. Are we building a brand new row of townhouses, 4 townhouses, or are we converting an existing building into a townhouse? Which is it exactly?
It's 4 brand new townhouse units. It's a demolition of an existing single-family unit to create the 4 new townhouse units.
Of an existing single family?
Correct.
So the concept is to, that sounds then like a lot of density perhaps for one site?
Correct. The property is zoned R5, so it does allow for the higher density. It's really maximizing your dollars is what the CDC is trying to accomplish. Being able to build more on the site where right now it's only a single family unit, your density will allow you to build up to 4.
Okay, do you feel comfortable that that's not too many people in a small area? What makes you feel okay about putting 4 townhouses on something that's originally zoned single family?
The site itself is adequate to be able to create the 4 townhouse units. I'm going to introduce Linda from the Haitian American CDC so she can talk a little bit more about the project so we can have a better context of what it is they're trying to accomplish.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Linda Charles from Little Haiti Housing, DBA Haitian American CDC. Haitian American CDC. We are the charter working, the only charter working with City of North Miami. And for the past year, we've been, our strategy has been to acquire foreclosed, dilapidated units in the city of North Miami and different other cities that we work in, and replace them with higher density. Well, sometimes we have them as still as single family. Am I talking right? Still as single family to sell to low and very low income household. This side though is 8,900 square feet. This side, and the way it's located is a higher density area, and we thought that we could do the 4 townhouses. One of the reason is North Miami has gotten very expensive, although other places are still the market prices are still a little bit less. But North Miami is a very hot spot right now, and a lot of our buyers are being priced out of the market because single family are at 180 to 200,000. So one of the way we thought about doing it is doing the townhouses. And if we do a 2-story, because of the zoning R5, we thought of doing 4 townhouses, 1,400 square feet. It's for sale. Normally our household size is 2.5, 3% household. We are not, after doing the analysis and driving the area, I'm not sure that we're going to have a lot of high impact on the property. And we are doing 3, 2.5 with 1 car garage. So there will not be a lot of car in the streets. So I think we believe that we will accomplish 2 things at the same time: higher density, also providing homes to low and very low income household that is right now are being priced out of the market.
If I might, Linda, when you say it's 4 2-story townhouses, is that 4 2 stories?
It's attached. It's going to be attached it's attached townhouses.
With a firewall separating them, I guess?
Yes, it's fee simple.
And each townhouse is going to be 2 stories tall?
Right.
Okay. So I was just trying to, because there's no diagrams in what we were provided in our council packet, no pictures, so I'm trying to wrap my head around what it's going to look like on the site.
Yeah, this is very preliminary. We have not even demolished the property yet. Mind you that we are asking to do 4 townhouses, and it's $60,000, which is about $15,000 per home. However, after we do our design, if it comes to 3, we certainly will lower the density, as that's what we do at the CDC. But the designs are not. We would certainly send the design and to Ms. Wilson once we have that ready. But the property is vacant and boarded up right now.
Yeah.
So we will be demolishing it.
It totally makes sense in the area. I was just trying to envision it. So since there's more plans that we might look at later, then that's all the questions I have.
Thank you. No question. Oh, go ahead. Sir.
Quick question for you, Linda. You said you probably said it, but I didn't catch it. What is the square footage on
1,400 square feet. The total, the lot
2
size.
bedrooms or
The
3
lot
bedrooms?
size is 89. That's a lot size. The floor area ratio is about 80%, and we're doing 1,400 square feet. Upstairs and downstairs.
Okay, those are
2-story.
what? How many bedrooms? 2 bedrooms.
3 bedroom.
3
penthouse.
bedroom, 1,400 square feet. Okay.
Right. I live in one like that.
That-
Is
you
it
can
a
do
bathroom and a half, 2
2 and a half.
bathroom?
2.5.
What? 2.5?
Yes.
It's almost the exact size as the one that I own out on 135th Street east of Biscayne. It's a 3-2, and it's like
Yeah.
1,300 and something square feet.
Right.
So
Yeah,
We'll
the
do
size
all
is-
the bedrooms probably upstairs, and then you have a half bathroom downstairs. Typical townhouses.
Nice.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Good
Granite
luck.
Thank you.
countertop.
Thank you.
We'll send it.
Anyone wish to work at a no? Then pass. We'll
Okay,
say no.
item R passing. Just for the record, the motion was made by Councilman Galvin, seconded by Mayor Bieneme, and it's a 4-0 vote.
Thank you.
Tab S was already voted on. Tab T, proposed ordinance amending Chapter 13 of the Code of Ordinances entitled Offenses to provide for the relocation of Roman numeral 5 entitled Burglar Alarms into Chapter 13 of the Code of Ordinances, providing for repeal, conflicts, severability, codification, and for an effective date.
Move approval.
Second, public hearing is open on tab T. Public hearing is open on tab T. Public hearing is open on tab T. Public hearing is now closed. Roll call, please.
Yes.
Or
So,
tab T.
so tab
Oh,
T
sorry.
is a simple relocation. We're not making any changes to the burglar alarms. Currently, in your code of ordinances, we've been working on cleaning it up and so on and so forth. Currently, the burglar alarms section is under nuisances, which is the same section where you have weeds and swale cleanups, and it just doesn't really make sense in that section. So we're moving it to offenses under chapter 13.
Roll call, please.
Motion was made by Councilman Galvin, seconded by Mayor Thundro. Mayor Bieneme. Mayor Bieneme,
Yes.
Councilman Galvin,
Yes.
Councilwoman Keys,
Yes.
Councilwoman Sterrill. Councilwoman Sterrill. Item passes 4-0. Tab U. Proposed ordinance.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, Mr. Clerk.
Okay, good.
Frank Wolin on behalf of,
Wait, we haven't moved the item yet.
I understand. However,
gonna-
I'm trying to
gotta
save
read
you
it.
time so you can go home early.
We're on tab U.
You,
You
which
and
is Danielle Auto, 1401
It's tab
Northeast
U.
123rd Street.
Okay.
I represent the applicant, and I wanted to request that this matter be deferred
Okay.
Move to continue this to the
Move
next
continue,
city council
whatever it
meeting?
is.
after the election because it
Okay.
requires a supermajority.
Okay.
Okay.
Tab U and tab V.
Yes,
Move,
thank you.
Move to
Okay.
continue to the first
the
council
election.
meeting after the election.
Thanks so much.
Okay, so I have a motion from Councilman Galvin to move tab U and tab V to the first council meeting after the November 4th election. Those motions were seconded by Councilwoman Sterrill. Am I correct? You want a roll call vote, or anyone wishes to record a no? Both
Please,
items
let's remove it.
passes 4-0. Okay.
Okay. And
4-0,
tab
4-0,
W.
and W.
Right?
Yes, Mayor.
Tab
One
W.
second. Tab W.
That's the discussion.
Discussion regarding co-designation, a section of Northeast 131st Street in honor of Richard and Cherry Cook. Moved.
If I might, Mr. Mayor,
Mhm.
both Dick and Cherry are deceased now, but they were pioneer original members of the Breeze Swept area and were very involved in a lot of the early planting of trees and just sort of not incorporating, but development of the area. Recently, their daughter reached out and said, it would be sort of cool if we named the old block in honor of Mom and Dad. And they forwarded a bio packet that I think is in the council agenda. So I thought, well, you know what? Even though they're no longer with us and they wouldn't get to see it themselves, if the council saw it fit, we could rename. I think it's maybe a 2-block stretch of 131st Street in their honor. So I propose it to the council tonight for consideration.
And it's discussion, and it's in my district, and I don't think I have any problem with it. The only thing I was gonna ask if we can at least have the support of 5 residents from that street. And I think it will be fair. That's mean I'm okay with it, I don't have any problem, but at least the residents living on 131 from 2nd Avenue Northeast to North Miami Avenue, if we can have a petition of at least 5 people say they're okay with it, then I think I'm okay with it. That's the only thing.
Do you want me to
happening.
continue it to the next meeting for that to happen? Or
No,
do you
just
want to-
request the family, whoever, to get 5 signatures from current resident and at that location.
So make it contingent upon getting those 5 signatures so that
Yeah.
there's some. Okay.
and
I'll-
bring it back as a resolution? Is that-
Yeah, exactly. Bring it back as a resolution with
Okay.
the petition.
And
Because
just
we
for-
want the input of
Sure.
the current residents.
For additional information, I did talk to previous Councilman Despinos, who lives within that block.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he's also in agreement with,
Okay,
you know,
we just need
approving-
5 residents and we're okay with that.
So just get Jacques to get people in his house to sign a piece of paper.
And that's it, okay? Okay.
All right, that
Thank you for the
concludes.
consideration, council members.
Thank you. And citizen forum, now. Citizen forum is open. You have 2 minutes, and you always can come back. Sir, we understand that. We say citizen forum is open, and you have 2 minutes,
Okay.
and you always can come back.
All right. Richard Ennis, 13030 Northeast 10th Avenue. I think one of my concerns was answered earlier. The force main project for Northeast 131st is going to start next month.
That's correct.
It's going to start 2 Februarys ago. Are you sure it's going to start next month?
Yes, it's gonna start.
Okay, because it's still, the marks are still all over the street and the sidewalk. Another one of my concerns earlier, I think, was answered by one of the majors. They're looking into the fact of getting some clarification of whether we're going to enforce the code of putting signs in the swale for elections, whether it's before the election, the day of, or whatever. So hopefully that's going to be taken care of. It's already being looked into, so I'm not going to bring it up any further here, except the fact that I was physically threatened by 2 other supporters of one of the candidates because I took a sign out of a telephone pole and a tree. I was going to bring the nails with me tonight, but I forgot to bring them. That would have harmed the tree, and obviously you don't put a sign on a telephone pole and a tree. That belongs to FP&L and AT&T, whether it's round or flat on the top. One of my other concerns, I wasn't going to bring it up, but you brought it, you're going to put new water meters. Are you ever going to fix the charge for the second unit or the base charge on a single water meter? You guys talked about that about, I don't know, 8 months ago?
It's my understanding that the report that was delayed and delayed and delayed under past city administrators has finally been carried through now, and we're expecting it to be presented on the 19th or so of this month.
So that if it's feasibly, financially okay, you're going to be able to possibly do this? The second charge for the meters that you were getting, people with the second meter, you're going to take away that charge plus take away the base charge of 1 meter for a duplex.
Right. We are looking into all the options.
Okay.
The study is looking into all the numbers.
Okay. And my last thing is there ever going to be a shovel put in the ground for Cagney Park? I mean, I got to play some racquetball when I was up in Georgia in June. And I said, gee, wouldn't it be nice when I got back home if I could go to oh, no, I can't go to Cagney Park to play racquetball because the courts aren't there anymore. And if I wanted to hit a softball, I can't do that either. So, the only thing that's growing there is the weeds. I mean, I don't know if they ever finished the gym. I'm assuming they got the gym done, and that's,
We are currently working on Cagney Park to
Okay.
come up with a plan.
been
And,
working on it for,
I don't know for how long, but I've been in office for
it's
about
been,
a year,
yeah.
and I've been working for
did
about
we,
4 or 5 months on that issue, sir.
did we piss off the school board or something enough for them
We're
not
working
to?
with them. We're okay.
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 Thank you.
We're trying to find a way to bring the pool back. That's actually one of the more recent.
We're working.
In
we're
that
working
same
on it.
area?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You don't have
sort
enough, you already taken away other stuff. How are you going to put a pool there?
You're gonna see when we present the plan. You're gonna see that.
Okay, I'll see it when I believe it when I see it. Thanks.
You're gonna see it, and you're gonna see the money. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Alexandra Barbeau, 645 Northeast, 127th Street. I'm the Executive Director of the Haitian Historical Museum and Archives. Every year at this time of the year, our organization, the Haitian American Historical Society, which is well known for building the Haitian Monument in Savannah, Georgia. Few people know that, but Haitian fought at the American Revolution. At this time, Haiti was called Saint-Domingue. And we went with the French Count Charles-Henri d'Estaing. And it's a very little known black history fact that black soldiers from the island of Saint-Domingue saved the day by protecting the retreating army of General Lincoln. And we partner every year with the Historical Society in Georgia and organize a reenactment. And every year we invite the city council, the mayor, and we have been very fortunate to have with us City Clerk Michael Etienne, the mayor from El Portal, and we are again inviting you. We sent the invitation, and we hope that members of the city council will join with us to get to discover what our organization is all about, what we have accomplished. We have built the monument with a Miami-based artist, James Maston, with funds raised by the Haitian community. And I want to personally invite you to join with us this year in Georgia. And we're also counting on your support for this fabulous historic event.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Public hearing still open. Oh, not public hearing, sorry. Citizen forum.
That was beautiful. Unfortunately, mine is not going to be as pleasant. Good evening. My name is Alexandra Carol Amass. My address is 2100 Northeast 37th Avenue. I'm here to speak about the Sans Souci Tennis Center. Greed is a dangerous quality when one is in charge of any institution. Greed has destroyed families. Greed has destroyed countries. In this case, greed has destroyed many patrons of Sans Souci Tennis Center, as well as its own reputation. Ross Dubins may be described by many epithets, many of them quite positive, as his charm, good manners, tennis abilities, and apparent all-around good nature prevail upon one's initial meeting with him. What is not initially apparent in Ross Dubins' happy-go-lucky, eager-to-please character is his greed for money, to be specific. Six-figure annual income that Ross Dubins is generating from Sans Souci Tennis Center is the motivating factor in this case. And it pretty much generates all his decisions that are made at the tennis center. This well-oiled money-generating machine, for his own benefit that is, that's called Sans Souci, cannot be disrupted as it stands. Should things shift or change, the incoming revenue into Ross's personal pot may be disrupted. This is where the greed kicks in and all else is overlooked, all in fear of jeopardizing this steady stream of income. Income, of course, that the city of North Miami, that is you all, which sustains and maintains the center, only sees a small, minuscule fraction. This type of greed is dangerous, as Ross Dubins for 25 years has conveniently overlooked and hired. This is where it gets ugly. Tennis pros who have sex with minor teenage girls, pros who use his back office to have sex with young girls, pros who use the bathroom to have sex with their clients, pros who bring alcohol to the courts, pros who have been arrested for video voyeurism, a felony, as you all know by now. Pros who are admitted cocaine addicts and are currently attending and enrolled in Alcoholics Anonymous. Pros who have had affairs with married women and have been the cause of their divorces. Pros whom he pays cash under the table due to IRS garnishing of their wages. Pros who were not for a period of time legally permitted to work due to absence of a green card. The list is endless. Many husbands, wives, mothers, fathers have approached Ross and voiced their anger, concern, and dissatisfaction for his lack of supervision and lack of consequences for these tennis pros. Do not forget that these perpetrators are money-generating tennis pros that continue to put money in Ross's pocket, even when he himself is not present at the courts. Greed has forced Ross to look the other way. He always, as many patrons have told me, has been charming and polite when assuring them that he will look into their complaints and take action to rectify matters by speaking to his tennis pros at fault. As I stated, greed is a dangerous quality. Why does the city of Miami, North Miami that is, continue to employ a man who is using tax-funded facilities for his own greed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Citizen Forum is
Are people allowed to go up twice and speak? Because
you
this
always can
gentleman,
come back.
because this gentleman is up. Okay, thank you.
Good evening. I would like to talk about Mocha for a minute, and I beg your pardon if I go over a little bit. My name is Frank Woland, 12865 West Dixie Highway. I would first ask that the council have a special meeting to discuss Mocha, not an executive session, which the public cannot attend, but a public meeting. And I have to start my comments by voicing my support for Babacar. I think he is a very talented man. I think the city is fortunate to have him in our camp, and he's knowledgeable, and he deserves our support 100%. He's really a good guy, and we should support him with our money and everything that you can support him with. Having said that, I also have to say, though, that I'm disappointed in our city's reaction to what's going on in Mocha. I think our council should be up in arms. Mocha is our crown jewel, and you should be as upset as you would be if somebody tried to steal your daughter or your child. I think our city can do some positive things to address this. The first thing I think is our city needs a spokesperson. Any one of you, someone from staff, someone else, someone needs to be speaking up publicly for the city, appearing with the full support of the council, bringing attention to the issue in front of the county commission, and anywhere and everywhere anyone will look. Please pick someone tonight and get a spokesman. Secondly, I'm concerned about our legal position. It's very discouraging. We need to have super lawyers because the economic and social impact of what is at stake is huge. We need special counsel, the best lawyer you can find, the most aggressive attorney in town. We need a super lawyer, not me, just a joke. And I mean no disrespect to our lawyers. I don't know how much we've spent on lawyers. I don't know what we have to show, but the city deserves a little better. I'm concerned about mediation. I don't think it's the solution to the problems, but I think the city needs to put its money and its support behind Mocha. I think we need to get rid of the Mocha directors, those of them who don't care about the people of North Miami. We need to get some new directors, some new attorneys, a spokesperson. We need to put up the city's money, and we need to fight the good fight for Mocha. Thank you for, and I apologize for going over.
Thank you. Public hearing is Citizen Forum.
Good evening. My name is Leslie Martinez, and I reside at 4130 Park Avenue, Miami, Florida. I'm also speaking regarding the Sans Souci Tennis Center. I'm going to be very brief. I have dropped off my daughter in the past for both private and summer camp at Sans Souci Tennis Center. When I, or any other parent for that matter, drop their children off at a city-generated facility that promotes children's activities, and we drive away for work, etc., errands, whatever that may be, we have a certain level of expectations pertaining to their safety and moral exposure. We are not dropping our sons and daughters off unsupervised at the mall or at a party where the level of expectations is different and the possible exposure to sexual predators, alcohol, or drug use are all strong possibilities. All three possibilities have been festering and occurring at Sans Souci under Ross Dubin's watch. There is not enough time as I stand before you to explain these facts, as I've been told that I may only speak for 2 minutes. Please rest assured that I can go into details and specifics regarding the sexual predators, drug, and alcohol use in the midst of our children at the Sans Souci Tennis Center, once given that opportunity by the city. Ask yourselves, despite Ross Dubin's excuses, why would Channel 6 investigative unit risk their credibility and a potential lawsuit by producing an unusually 6-minute long news special on Sans Souci while exposing them for whom they really are? As the city of North Miami, having attorneys on staff, why haven't you filed a lawsuit on the Team 6 investigators if their allegations were false? More importantly, ask yourselves, why is Ross Dublin still allowed by the city of North Miami to be the director of a tennis facility for the past 25 years without any internal investigations?
Thank you.
The only thing,
Thank
sorry,
you, ma'am.
hold on
Thank
one
you.
second, just let me finish. I
Ma'am,
have two
ma'am.
more sentences. He extended himself, he spoke
Ma'am,
3 times.
You don't decide.
Oh, you
We
decide.
decide, yeah.
I see. Okay.
You always can come back.
What can
Thank
I
you.
say?
Thank you. Citizen Forum is open.
Mr. Mayor, ladies and gentlemen of the council, I want to talk about some good things which I've seen in the city in the last couple of months. You know, my big pet peeve is the way the city looks. And when I would call the sanitation inspector and see trash out on the street for 6 weeks and not being taken care of, that would annoy me. I usually walk the city. I walk about 6 miles a day throughout the city. And I just want to tell you, in the last few months, since code enforcement and the sanitation inspectors have been placed in the police department, under the leadership of Sergeant Blanchard, Major Page, and the Chief of Police, I've seen a noticeable improvement. Citations are being written, and I understand that the manager is going to move the minimum housing people over there. You know, 60% of your complaints came from these apartment buildings. And I used to pull my hair out when I was your chief of police, and I couldn't get code enforcement to do anything. We're talking about the quality of life. I want you to know, I see it every day out there. I walk every day out there, and I have seen a remarkable transition since that organization, code enforcement, minimum housing, sanitation, has been placed in the police department. The tutelage that the leadership that's been shown, the management, the supervision, it's remarkable, and it's only going to get better. They're on the ground floor, and they're building, and it's going to get a lot better. And tomorrow we have our budget hearing. I would suggest that we hire a couple more minimum housing inspectors and get the job done. I mean, I'm not the only one that talks about this. I talk to my neighbors. I talk to people in Keystone, Sans Souci, on the boulevard, on 16th Avenue, and District 1, District 2, and we're all seeing a noticeable change. And I want to thank the manager and thank the council for supporting the manager's actions. Thank you.
Thank you.
With regards to Sans Souci tennis court, I pass there every morning about 7 o'clock. I thought people were having a good time out there. I see them exercising, throwing that ball back and forth. I don't know what to say. You know, it's easy to come up here and throw stones without facts. Thank you.
Thank you. Citizen Forum.
William Welsh and Susie. My main concern is, since we brought up hurricane season, is every time we have a hard rain, Biscayne Boulevard at Sans Souci Boulevard, and along with further down south, and 123rd Street towards the bridge, floods. Back in, I believe it was April, the police car parked in the middle of the road by the median. His wheels were flooded. People couldn't get by. We have strong tropical storms before hurricanes. These are major evacuation routes. I would hope the city would look into figuring out how to keep these major arteries clear, along with a lot of the other streets in North Miami, because we depend on having streets that we can navigate and not have to get in big trucks to try to drive around the city. On a second note, with the tennis courts, I think there's enough complaints. Somebody should look into it. Thank you.
Citizen Forum, still open.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Burns, 2065 Alameda Drive. I won't speak too long since I only have 2 minutes. Two subjects. One, I'd like to commend the city manager and his after-hours staff for a situation that took place on 123rd Street. A few weeks ago, I was knocking on some doors and saw these people, a group of people frantically looking at a drain on 123rd Street, and people
What
hysterical. Northeast 19th Avenue, across from the Casamia restaurant. Go to find out there was a little kitten stuck in the drain. And the people were hysterical about it, and I was able to call the city manager, and he actually sent the one of his workers out there who was able to remove the lid with the help of the Miami-Dade Fire Rescue Department, who responded because they have a unit that responds to these type of situations. And the worker was very courteous, handled it in a professional manner, and the next day the kitten was retrieved and all's ends well. My second item, very quickly, is what are we going to do about early voting? I'm talking about the process at the library. I'm not talking about people being excited for their candidate. I'm not talking about the signs and enthusiasm. Mr. Manager, Mr. Acting Mayor, you saw it firsthand as I stood next to you. Voters being accosted, physically manhandled, intimidated. And as that was going on, I pointed it out to both of you and said, this cannot continue. It took the police department several days to exercise some of their police powers. They started out good with the barricades, keeping some of the trucks and other the traffic flowing. But as the 2 weeks went on, it got worse and worse, and the police had to be there more and more. I have to commend Commander Blanchard for the work that he did out there. 2 officers had a problem controlling the crowds and literally not paying attention to those officers. It can get heated. It can get out of control. But what was embarrassing about it is when sitting judges, sitting state legislators, sitting county commissioners from other districts come to our city to campaign for themselves on countywide issues, come to our city and said, what is going on here? They said, we've made rounds to every precinct, every early voting precinct, Miami Gardens and so forth. We've never seen anything like this. We're not going to come back here. This is just a madhouse. I've been involved at that early voting site for as long as it's been out there.
But you know, we are the #1 turnout also throughout the county.
Okay, that's great. I hope more people turn out. But there's a decorum we can have in the parking lot on how the visitors, the voters coming into the voting precinct are handled. If people pay attention to the clerk, and I'm not here to get into the debate to say what's right and what's not, but we all know, because you all have had to campaign out there and recognize that some things need to be modified. I'm not going to pass opinion of what needs to be modified, but I believe the chief of police and the city manager should be given the ability to take the appropriate action, that we conduct the elections and the process of getting to that polling place to exercise that important role, that important voting right that we have, that it's done in a more orderly, traffic flows, people can get out of their car, it's okay to hand the flyers and all that, but nobody should physically touch a voter and think that it's perfectly okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And citizen forum, still open. Citizen forum, still open. Citizen forum is now closed. Now, council reports. Councilwoman Keys.
Through the mayor, Mr. Ghani, I just want to be clear, are we having the water meter workshop on Thursday evening? Did we finalize it's September 18th at Gwen Margolis?
Is yet to be confirmed. I'm waiting on Black and Veatch to confirm the date, but I'll let you know. I'll send out an email.
We're gonna be too busy with the
Well, because
budget.
the budget is tomorrow night. The final budget hearing is the following Monday, the 25th. If we don't get it and have a workshop by the 18th, we don't get to discuss the water meter rates before the final budget.
Which water meter rates you talking about?
That's
The one we just passed?
No,
that
no,
loan?
the
Or
second meter.
something
The
else?
second meter is
The
what
second
we're talking
meters.
about, the study that is being done
Oh,
right now.
okay.
Which is going to affect,
Yeah. I'll
it's a
confirm-
big number and it has to be included in our budget.
I'll have to confirm that tomorrow.
Okay, we really
Councilwoman.
need to get that. We've been put on hold for a year.
Yeah.
We couldn't do anything because we had to have a study,
Talking about big numbers, like how much?
several hundred thousand.
About 490, between 86 to $96,000.
We've got to have the study and it's got to be
gonna do that.
discussed.
The
and it
study is
has-
being done, it's completed. We're just waiting on the draft report, and I'm just confirming the date for the presentation.
Okay, when you have the reports, then you're gonna have a workshop about it? Huh?
The councilwoman is requesting we have a workshop since
this-
most of the residents in the Keystone San Souci area are the ones with the second meters.
We've got to get the study before our final budget
No, understand
hearing on Monday.
You said Keystone and Sans Souci, they're the one who on the meters.
Most of the second
Right.
meters are within that district, yes.
And I've already
Over
advised,
400.
I've already advised
Yeah, that's-
Keystone homeowners and the Sans Souci homeowners of the tentative workshop on Thursday at Gwen Margolis because it's the same evening as Keystone Point at 6 o'clock. That's why I was clarifying if it was
So I'll
final.
confirm, I'll
I'm
confirm
all
the
sorts
dates.
of confused. So I got 2 work meetings that night. I know the Keystone homeowners meet that night. If we're planning a town hall, I got some
Yeah.
issues at work, and that's something I'm invested in
For
deeply
this-
too.
When would you want to hear it? There's no other time to hear it? It's not ready.
Are
We're
you
gonna go
planning
Fri-
on
You've got Friday, Saturday,
who's
and
gonna
Sunday.
pay for that?
Right, you can't have it any of those
That
days.
money?
Wednesday the 17th, I don't have
Who's
anything.
gonna
It's
pay for
not
it?
ready.
It was paid for already
Then-
through the utility.
Oh, it was paid?
So we wait another year
No,
to
but this week we're
adjust?
gonna be busy. I have the MPO.
That's why I'm still not, the date is not confirmed, that's what I'm saying.
Right, let us know when you know.
But since we're gonna have 2 readings, even we don't
But
have
this,
it in
but
that
the
one.
second reading is Monday night following that. So that just, I mean, you all don't have to be there, but I think do we want to sit and do a whole water meter rate discussion at our budget meeting Monday night? That's
No.
what it's gonna, well, then you don't have a choice. What is, what?
Why don't we do it Friday?
Friday where?
The workshop.
Friday gets less
It's a
of a
big
turnout,
issue
but
if you-
Friday is a Sabbath for a lot of people.
Oh. But you have nothing to do with Sabbath. You don't observe that. I'm joking.
I do not go
I'm
to-
gonna be hard pressed to attend, and I'm gonna be really angry if the councilman who sort of initiated this, you know, a little over a
You didn't
year ago-
initiate it. I ordered the study and I put it in the budget.
Whoever wants to take credit for it,
It's
fine.
not a matter of credit, but
Then I won't be available, and I won't be ready to vote on it. I mean, let's have some consideration. I've got I've got a job that asks me to do certain things. I'm hearing about this for the first time. I'm saying I've got 2 job things now I've got to juggle that night. If the Keystone Point homeowners are meeting that night, they're not going to be happy that we're conflicting with their meeting unless you're telling me that they know about this before I know about this and they're planning to be at this. But there's a lot of things to be considered. I don't get to just drop everything
one
and
got-
show up. So if you will, please let me know as soon as you know something.
we can make it a little later to coincide with the Keystone Point homeowners.
When is, give me a second, when is the first reading for the budget? It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow at,
And the second one?
The 22nd.
The 22nd?
yeah, the 22nd.
Okay. When we gonna have the workshop about the budget?
Workshop?
You haven't
Workshop.
planned any workshop about the budget?
Tomorrow is the first
Tomorrow is the first hearing.
Oh.
There's no workshop.
on?
We met with each one of the
Council-
council members already.
Councilwoman Keys, you said we're gonna have the first reading tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
But we always can have the workshop next week.
The workshop will be well,
Then we can add anything on
You
the
can add
second
it
reading.
before the second reading.
you can add it on the second reading. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
if we don't have a workshop on it and the people from Keystone and Sansi don't get to speak before our budget hearing, then we're gonna be discussing it at our budget hearing.
Or they're gonna speak
So-
about it tomorrow.
No, not tomorrow.
Okay, we're gonna do it next week.
Can I ask a quick
I'm
question?
gonna see if I could get the draft report, pass it along to everybody, and then we could set up the workshop for next week if it's convenient for
Because
everybody.
I would like to
But-
be there.
But next week is when the study's going to be.
Yeah, I'm
available.
gonna try to get a draft report before the end of this week. The draft report from Black and Veatch.
That's when we cannot, if we're gonna have a workshop, we need the study.
Yes.
That's when we don't have it ready yet.
Right, we're not gonna have it ready till next Thursday.
So what
And
do you
then-
want to do then? If you have all that information, so what is it exactly that you want to do?
I haven't seen it.
No, she wanna have a workshop
She don't
this
wanna
week.
Yeah, yeah, but I
The,
understand.
the residents with second meters
Okay, no.
want the base charge removed from their bill.
Councilwoman, I
Yes.
understand that. I understand that part. The part that I'm not understand is that we need the report in order to have the workshop. But it seems like you have the information that we're not having the report. We don't have the report now, so we have to wait until we have the report to have the workshop.
We have to wait and see what the engineers or the professionals have said.
I understand that. I'm asking you, we agree that we need the report in order to have the workshop.
I believe
order
so.
to make
And
a
the-
decision.
Yeah.
Decision, yes.
And we don't have to have a workshop either. We can just,
But you're the one who's asking for the workshop.
I am, I mean, I
So-
didn't, well,
You requested.
okay.
How about
Actually-
instead of having a
Okay.
workshop, we
I'm
just
done.
tell everybody to turn out at the second budget hearing and we do a presentation at the second budget hearing?
Like
We're meeting a heck of a lot over the next 2 weeks.
It's all
We're
right.
throwing in another meeting. I mean, I'm down to do it. I'm a little blindsided by all of this and
But I didn't want to make the announcement until we were confirming, we confirmed the dates.
and there's been discussion about it tonight, and I just talked to Arthur yesterday, who mentioned the work that we discussed, when I spoke to him yesterday, we discussed the workshop and the study.
So if you having the report on Thursday, have the workshop on Friday or Thursday
Not
night.
this Thursday, she said.
Just if you
the
have the report on Thursday, have it on Thursday night. As a,
That-
as a matter of fact, I heard the
Next
city manager
Thursday,
say
that's
that.
what I just tried to do, and.
But he
Mr.
said he's gonna have the report at the end of this week.
Not this week, next week.
Next week. Next week.
they're trying to have the town hall meeting on the day the report is prepared.
Well, and the budget manager just reminded me, the budget hearings must be a set format and standard protocol. You just can't add water meter discussions on a budget hearing
So
for
if,
the adoption.
so if we have the water meter meeting after the second budget reading, we can amend the budget accordingly.
Right? That can be done.
That's what it is. You can amend the
you can.
budget
You can
anytime
You
throughout
can
the
amend
year.
the
At
budget.
any time. You can amend the budget at any time.
Yeah, you can amend the budget during the year.
Anytime.
So let
we
us
all
know
agree.
when you know when this report's gonna be.
Sure.
Okay.
We
The
all
report
agree
is
on
due
one
on the
day.
18th. I'll let you know as soon as
Okay.
I get it.
We still have council keys for a report.
So we're not gonna have a workshop if we get the,
We're not saying that. We're
Study.
saying, let's see what happens. But
okay. Okay, fine. I have nothing else except, again, to remind everybody, and I hope, about, the Grand Fiesta Saturday night, 7 o'clock, Mocha Plaza. It's gonna be great, and I hope everybody will be out.
Okay, and
no report. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Oh, come on, Scott.
I'm-
Make it juicy.
Councilwoman
Trust me, I'm tired
Still?
already.
Okay, good. Welcome back, all of you. So I hope that we have a wonderful, I think we have only, 3 more meetings before we have full house. I just want to announce that I was elected to the Sister City International Board of Directors. They have 27 board members from, actually all over the country, California, New Mexico, Colorado, Virginia, Georgia, Illinois. They have South Carolina, Maryland, Indiana, and I represent actually North Miami from Florida. So, no problem. As we know, City of North Miami actually entered in a relationship with Delma Haiti 2007, and that was under the leadership of Mayor Kevin Burns. We have been in a good relationship with them. This month is the Hispanic Heritage Month. As we heard from the acting mayor that the Hispanic represent 27% of the City of North Miami. During the board of directors meeting at the Sister City International, which was founded by President Eisenhower in 1956. So I am in one of the committee is the Latin America board committee. So I am working with them to see if the City of North Miami will be interested in a sister city with Hispanic country, as much as we adopted a city in Haiti as well. So I'm asking this body to give me permission to work with them to choose and bring back to you guys a Hispanic country that represent our citizens as well.
Is any
So,
permission to talk?
well, I think that with this council, it's better for me to announce the work that I'll be doing when I come back. At least it will not be news to you guys, but it will be a collaborative to work on behalf of our constituent. And again, thank you so much, guys. Actually, the acting mayor gave a letter of recommendation to the Sister International, and staff actually helped me to put a campaign, and I was elected, I was very happy about it. Sister City is one of my passion that I think that I use it as an instrument to work with Haiti as well. So again, thank you guys so much for your support.
Thank you very much. And instead of reports, and I want to invite everyone, and we're gonna have a budget hearing tomorrow, and September 10, 2014 at 6 p.m. That's been tomorrow night. We're gonna have a first budget hearing. The second one gonna be on Monday, September 22nd, 2014 at 6 p.m. And we encourage everyone to attend. And we're gonna have 9/11 observance on Thursday at 9 a.m. in front of the North Miami Police Department. We invite everyone also to come and remember those who, you know, the circumstance of that tragedy, September 11. That means it's gonna be on Thursday at 9 a.m. in front of the police department. And Saturday, we're gonna have the Grand Fiesta block party. It's gonna be a big party at our downtown, and we invite all the residents to attend.
I saw the advertisement in one of our major
Yeah,
TV.
it's
Who
gonna
paid
be a
for it?
big carnival event. That Grand Fiesta, we have a committee, we have a budget.
It's very nice.
They have
We have a lot of
sponsors.
sponsors. We've
We-
raised a lot of money.
We are
on
big.
that.
I see. I'm ready. I'll be there.
Yes.
And we have a lot of pro
I
bono
can't wait
and
to
kind
be there on
advertising
Saturday
also.
and enjoy some foods. You gonna bring food? Dr. Claude.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Can I hear a motion to adjourn?
No, what about
Oh, Michael.
Mayor, thank
where
you.
have you been?
Just for real brief, as you know, we had a election. This particular election results were we do have a runoff. The city of North Miami does have a runoff between Kevin Burns and Dr. Smith Joseph. Now, these are important dates that the county wanted to make sure you guys know about. You have to be, if you want to vote this particular election, November 4th election, you have to be a registered voter by October 6th. You can come into the city clerk's office. We have the registration forms there in all three languages, Creole, Spanish, and of course English. Early voting will be between October 20th through November 2nd. The deadline to request an absentee ballot is on October 29th, and election day is November 4th. And I want to thank the former governor's office, Charlie Crist. For those who don't know, I think the mayor brought this to your attention earlier. The city of North Miami did a very good job during the early voting turnout. Of course, since being incepted and since being the elected clerk, our turnout has been drastically higher because we have a public notice outreach second to none. And this is across every ethnic group, Anglo, Hispanic, Black, Haitians, etc. Our turnout were very high, and then Governor Charlie Crist even came by the quote-unquote, Kevin Burns called it a chaotic library, but he came by, he greeted some of the elected officials, and he even congratulated our office for doing such a great job getting our voters out, because the city of North Miami should be proud of itself. We led both Dade County and Broward County in the early voting turnout, and that's a trend we definitely want to continue. And of course, that is because the clerk's office have a public notice outreach that is second to no other department, and we've gained notoriety. A lot of other officers have called us and asked for our vendors because we have done a great job. Last announcement, we do have a new addition. She's been around for roughly a month and a half. I have finally met someone who can run the clerk department better than I can, and that is Stephanie Thompson. She's in the back. Give her a round of applause. And I'm telling you now, I don't even have to show up anymore. She is doing, I thought that office could not get any better. She is doing a marvelous job. She's extremely qualified.
All in favor of eliminating the city clerk's position, say aye.
And they can. But anyway, I want to congratulate Stephanie. She is a remarkable addition to our office. I sleep at ease now. I can just go to court with no problems. So congratulations, Stephanie, and thank you for bringing your expertise and your experience to the office. And that concludes my report.
Well trained
Thank
by
you,
council.
City Attorney.
Can I just add one thing with I know that former Kevin Burns make complaint about what happened in the library. I hope that does not drastically change the conduct or the way that the city manager's office in the police department has been treated our constituent. So I know that we did had a great turnout, and you as a city manager, your department actually really public works come out together with the Department of Election. We had some very excited supporters out there. I will not, it was we get very excited at times, but at the same time, it was very civil at the time. So I'm hoping this will not change anything. We treat them with respect, because they have right to be at the library, to support their candidates, and to move on with their life. So having said that, I hope my city will represent us up here by respecting their constituents.
And I'm glad Councilwoman brought that up.
Before, and another question. And within 100 feet, with the controlled and the poll.
Right, that's exactly why. That's very important to understand. You have to understand, whenever there's election day, the county is basically in charge of that, especially when our election is on the county's ballot. So you have, by Florida statute, or county, I'm not sure, but you have a rule where you have to be 100 feet away from the actual place that they vote. Now, all the individuals have to do is stay 100 feet away. It is always highly discouraged for any officers or city administrators to get involved with the political process. So what Councilwoman Sterling is saying is true. What you don't want officers being at the polls intimidating the workers, the campaign volunteers, and the campaign workers.
Voters.
Exactly, because we can be sued for that. And that's why, and I think the city of North Miami did a very good job. When they did come in there, you had about 1 or 2 bad apples, but the city manager's office, Chief Burgess, and Commander Belcher did a very good job making sure that we didn't cross that line. But we got to be clear. The law gives them that right. They just have to stay within 100 feet away from where the actual votes, and the county always takes the ground. Now, obviously, I would highly recommend that a person don't unlawfully touch another person when that person is walking in, because that can be assault, that can be battery. So don't touch anyone, but they do have the right to be there and advocate for their candidate. And again, city officials, including I, when it comes to that, the city don't want to be deemed as voter
within
intimidation.
100 feet is the county,
Exactly.
Miami-Dade County Police Department and the supervisor of election.
Exactly.
We control after that.
Yeah.
And we cannot intimidate the people
Exactly.
and or harassing the voters. That's when we got to be careful. And at the same time protect
No report,
Yes.
thank you.
No, nothing?
It's
And,
just one report. At the next council meeting, I'd like to invite the council to unveil the Delgeis sculpture in front of the CPND building. It's part of our Art in Public Places, and I would like the council, the mayor and all the council members to be present for unveiling of the refurbished.
before council.
Just before the council meeting, yes.
Thank you.
And also, well, you already announced the budget
Okay,
hearings.
and
Move to adjourn.
second, anyone wish to record a no? Regine?